Donald Trump tells us he's in a perfect health, but he has no idea why he went to the doctor. I'm sure you have seen a variation on this article citing that Trump has no idea what was scanned. If you spend any time in healthcare environment, particularly in the imaging section, as I have for almost a quarter of a century, it's a specific type of a patient. It's a patient that has no idea what's going on with him. He's got zero knowledge of his own body, and his wife makes all of his appointments for him, and she has to come with him, and often she has to convince him to come to the appointment because he skips the appointments. It's the old man syndrome. That's what that is. And usually those guys come with their pockets loaded with about $8.37 worth of coins, a comb, a pocket knife, a bunch of candy for the kids, and then take about 15 minutes to unload all those things from their pockets before we can actually get them to a scanner. And that's a normal, 80-year-old man who just may not give a damn about what's going on with him. But I would expect that the President of the United States would have just a little bit more insight for us as to what was done to him. And he would be aware exactly what body part was being scanned in the MRI. I mean, he would have known if he had an MRI of the brain, because they literally put this little cage device, it's an antenna enhancer, on his head, and they shove him into a tube. So that's an unforgettable experience. And if it was over the abdomen, he would have known that too. But he just claims he doesn't know. And there are instances where patients don't know why they're there for a scan because they're very sensitive to the information they may find, i.e. looking for cancer, for example, and their family members and the doctors sort of conspire, not illegally, but they try to keep it hush-hush so that the patient doesn't freak out, because they know they're going to freak out when they find out that we're looking for cancer, whether we find it or not. And so that's how sometimes they come without that knowledge of what's being done to them. But again, this is the President of the United States. He should be in a tip-top health, right? We should be able to trust his decisions. And so the one thing that tells me that he may not be all right in the head. And this is his second MRI in 6 months. So that's not a routine, normal follow-up to nothing, right? Normally, if you're going to have an MRI and another one in 6 months, it's not because there's nothing wrong with you. It's because the first MRI may have found something, then you got a treatment or just waited time, and then you had a second MRI to confirm if things have changed or not. So draw your own conclusions, but I think there's something wrong with him.